Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time. If you guys aren't following me over on Instagram, you should. I'll leave it in the description box. But I am expecting a baby boy March 26th of 2021, and I couldn't be happier. He was a planned pregnancy. And I'm just so excited that I'm finally getting my little boy. I have my notes over here, so if you see me looking this way, it's because all of my notes are here for this video. Anyways, today's video is my pregnancy update for Trimesters 1 and Trimesters 2. So let's get right into it. So as of today, I am 26 weeks pregnant. I've got 2 more weeks left in my second trimester, which is absolutely crazy. But I wanted to give you an update on what the first and second trimester have been like for me. I'm gonna kind of go over what my symptoms were for each trimester, the things that have helped me, things that I'm taking, supplements that I'm taking, the differences between this pregnancy with a baby boy and my last pregnancy, which was with my 2-year-old daughter. Let's get right into the first trimester symptoms. So I found out I was pregnant at about 3 weeks pregnant. Like I said, we were trying, so I found out super early. I believe I got my first very, very faint positive around, I want to say 8 DPO, and it was so faint, but it was definitely positive. And I would say probably about 2 weeks later is when I really started to feel the pregnancy symptoms. So the first big one was nausea. I have been nauseous this entire pregnancy, which is a lot different than my last pregnancy. I was nauseous with my last pregnancy, but this pregnancy I have been so much more sick. I've ended up in the hospital twice, and it's just been really, really rough. So one of the things that helped with morning sickness were these Preggy Pop drops, and also just the regular Preggy Pops. So basically these have, I thought they had ginger in them, but I guess they don't have ginger in them. That's just one of the flavors of the Preggy Pops. It's got dried cane syrup, corn syrup, citric acid, natural flavors made with essential oils, and natural colors. So I'm not exactly sure what is in these that make your nausea go away, but these helped me tremendously. Some women on my pregnancy apps have said that these do not work. Actually, a majority of women have said that these do not work for them, that they do not like them, but I absolutely loved these. They really helped. If I didn't have these on hand, I would also suck on something like a Jolly Rancher, a lollipop, something like that. The next thing that was one of my symptoms in the first trimester was the fatigue. I was so exhausted. All I wanted to do was sleep. In my first trimester, I was taking a nap every single day. I was going to bed probably between like 9 and 10 every single night, which is pretty early for me. And I would just be so tired all day long. Along with the fatigue, I had no motivation in my first trimester. The house was a disaster, laundry wasn't getting done, I was barely showering. It was just so much work for me to do these things because I was so tired and I had no motivation to do it, which I'm assuming came from the nausea and the fatigue. One of my other big symptoms in my first trimester was around 8 weeks, I got a cold. I was tested for COVID. It was negative. It was not COVID, but I did have a cold. And I remember around the exact same time that I was pregnant with my daughter, I got a cold as well with her. So I think that's a very interesting pregnancy symptom, but it seems to be in each pregnancy that I have or have had, I have gotten a cold around 8-9 weeks in my first trimester. Runny nose, cough, sore throat, that kind of thing. Water break. Drinking water while pregnant, very important. Go get yourself a cup of water if you're pregnant and you're watching this. go get a cup of water, drink it. Another symptom that I've had in my first trimester, and that's been ongoing through the second trimester as well, is increased anxiety. There's just something about being pregnant, and I think that every pregnant woman goes through it to an extent, of just being so anxious. My doctor did put me on Zoloft. I'm taking 50 milligrams of Zoloft. I took 100 milligrams of Zoloft with my first pregnancy, so I knew that it was something that worked for my anxieties and my depression and all of that. So I am taking that. I've noticed a slight difference in my anxiety and my depression, but again, I have so much anxiety, and I think that's just the hormonal changes. Like I said, I think that every pregnant woman goes through it to an extent, but that's been a huge symptom that I've had, is increased anxiety. Going along with that kind of increased anxiety and depression type of thing, in my first trimester, I had awful mood swings. I mean, my fiance did not really want to be around me because my mood swings were so bad, and I felt bad for everyone around me. It felt like I couldn't control them. I wasn't in control of my own emotions, my body. The mood swings were terrible. Since starting Zoloft, though, I've noticed that my mood swings have gone down. Obviously, once you start entering your second trimester, your hormones kind of level out a little bit, and that can help prevent the massive mood swings, which I was experiencing. So that was another huge symptoms. I get them occasionally right now, but nothing compared to those first trimester mood swings. Another thing in the first trimester was, even though I was super nauseous, I was always hungry, and all I craved was junk food. There was no eating healthy. There was no fruits, vegetables, anything like that. I wanted junk, greasy food, which probably did not help the nausea one little bit, but that's about all that I could eat. It's all that sounded good to me that I would eat, even if I was going to throw it up. So, and I was always hungry. If I did not eat, if I did not put something in my stomach, it made my nausea 1,000 times worse. So, and I know that's pretty like confusing and contradicting, that I was nauseous but also always hungry, but it's just the way that it was. I don't know how else to explain it. The next symptom was crazy dreams. Starting about, I would say probably around 8-9 weeks, I started experiencing crazy dreams that make no sense whatsoever. I still have them in the second trimester. I've been told that it's just the hormones and all of that kind of stuff. I'm the type of person that I like to read into my dreams and analyze them when I remember them and try to figure out what they mean. I've always believed that dreams have a deeper meaning, but when I'm dreaming about superheroes and aliens, I'm not too sure there's a deeper meaning in that. So I've just had some crazy dreams. Now that I've hit my second trimester, I'm starting to have more nightmares, which if you guys don't know, I have PTSD, so one of the things for me is that I've always experienced nightmares, especially under high levels of stress. So I've definitely seen an increase in those nightmares lately, being in the second trimester, which I'm not exactly sure why I've been experiencing that. It's probably something to do with the amount of stress that I'm under right now and how rough this pregnancy has been for me, but regardless, I've been having crazy dreams and nightmares. So that's a huge one. The next symptom is sciatic pain and just back pain, body aches in general. I had really bad sciatic pain with my daughter. I'm having it again. It just started way earlier than with my daughter. With my daughter, it probably started the end of the second trimester, beginning of the third trimester. This time it started around the end of the first trimester. Next symptom is acne. I've tried everything to help the acne, to get rid of the acne. It has not worked. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I have it all over my chin, my cheeks, my forehead. Hopefully the makeup did a good job of disguising that, but I've been having awful acne from the second I got pregnant until now. That was actually one of the first clues that I thought, hey, I'm probably pregnant. I'm breaking out really bad. So that's about it for the first trimester symptoms. Heading into the second trimester symptoms, a lot of them are still the same. I still have nausea. I still have the crazy dreams, the sciatic pain, the back pain. Adding on to that, as if that was not enough, I have round ligament pain from just stretching, growing, that kind of stuff. Really, really common. Had it with my daughter in the second trimester as well. One of the things that I did not have with my daughter that I am experiencing now that has started, it probably started around 16 weeks, is headaches, migraines. I did end up in the hospital. They thought that maybe I was at risk for preeclampsia. I am at risk for preeclampsia. I had gestational hypertension with my last pregnancy, so they are a little concerned about developing preeclampsia, but my blood pressure was elevated. I was having really, really bad headaches. I was losing my vision, so they thought that I was preeclamptic. They had me come into labor and delivery. Turns out I'm just getting awful migraines, and this is just a part of pregnancy. So that's been fun. Also, second trimester, I'm not sleeping good at all. It's very hard to fall asleep and stay asleep. And one of the reasons it is hard to fall asleep and stay asleep is because I have to pee every 5 seconds now. Baby's getting bigger. He's laying on my bladder. I think he thinks that it's absolutely hilarious to kick or punch my bladder whenever he's feeling that day. So peeing every 5 minutes is making it hard to stay asleep. And to even fall asleep, because as soon as I lay down and I'm comfortable, I have to pee. And that's the other thing, is getting comfortable when you're pregnant is awful. If you can see behind me, my wonderful fiance actually just got me a pregnancy pillow. This was my early Christmas present. I slept with it for the first time last night. It was definitely a lot easier to get comfortable. I was still slightly uncomfortable, but it's pregnancy. What do you expect? Other things in the second trimester, extreme thirst, which is probably adding on to why I pee so much. I'm not as hungry in the second trimester, but again, I think it's just baby's getting bigger. There's not enough room for food in there. So I'm back to eating a more balanced, healthier, let's say balanced, kind of diet. I've got heightened sense of smell now. I can smell anything and everything, which is not fun, especially with a 2-year-old toddler who's not potty trained yet and farts like a grown man. It's fun. And the last symptom for the second trimester that I've been experiencing is leaky boobs. I have been leaking so bad. I started leaking around 17, 18 weeks, and I have not stopped. I have to wear nursing pads in my bra because I'm leaking that bad. And at this point in my pregnancy, I can't pump because it can induce labor and I don't want him to be born early. I haven't had a chance to get any type of like milk collector to slip in my bra or anything like that. I've just been dealing with leaky boobs. With my first pregnancy, this didn't happen until like 32 weeks is when I really started leaking. This time I'm leaking so much earlier. It's crazy. Also, lately, the last, I want to say 3 weeks, my boobs have been so sore. They were a little sore in the first trimester, but nothing compared to now. It feels like I've been breastfeeding. It feels like that first couple of weeks after you start breastfeeding, but I haven't. So I'm very confused as to why that's happening, but it's happening and it hurts. So that's pretty much it for the symptoms. I have gained 21 pounds according to my doctor, which is really good. With my first pregnancy, I had gained 65 pounds in total. By this point, I had gained about 40 pounds. So I've only gained 21 pounds this pregnancy, which is great. I'm carrying baby boy a lot lower. I can feel his kicks. They're getting so strong. I could see them on my belly. I could feel his kicks, and it's amazing. Other than that, that's really all of the update I have for this pregnancy. I want to show you a couple of things that I've been doing. I forgot to mention this earlier. This is the baby booster shake. This is in Tahitian vanilla. This is like a pregnancy safe protein shake. So this is soy-free, gluten-free, no artificial flavors or sweeteners, no sucralose, probably not saying that right, no aspartame, no artificial colors, and no preservatives. It's got DHA, it's got folate, it's got vitamin B6, it's got potassium, phosphorus, it's got calcium and vitamin D, 20 grams of protein, it's 120 calories. It's not meant to be like a meal replacement or anything like that. It's an added on type of snack. I got this because I heard that it helped with morning sickness. I didn't really necessarily notice it helped with morning sickness, but it was nice to have on those days where I couldn't really eat anything else. If I got this in my stomach, I would start feeling better. So I definitely recommend this. And it's just nice to have that extra, you know, those extra vitamins. Like I said, I don't necessarily eat the healthiest diet. I eat very balanced. So it's nice to have this just for some extra added nutrients and that kind of stuff. So, and guys, this tastes so good. It tastes like a vanilla milkshake. So good. Like, I'm telling you, this tastes amazing. So definitely get you some of this if you're pregnant in your first trimester. Get some of this. Also wanted to share a couple of the supplements that I've been taking. Like I said, the prescribed medication that I'm on is Zoloft, but in addition to my Zoloft, I take my prenatal. This is the one that I'm taking right now. This is the Spring Valley prenatal. The one that I like the most is the Nature Made prenatal. They're the gel capsules. I really like them. They're easy to take. They're easy on my stomach. I do take them at night just in case they were to make me nauseous. But when I was just recently visiting my family, I had run out of prenatals, and this was all that Walmart had near my grandmother's house. So this is the prenatal I'm taking. I'll show you what these ones look like. These are not my favorite. I find these are a little hard to take. So these are just a little pink pill, if you can see that. And with these, you take one a day. So I'll use these up, but I'll probably go back to my Nature Made. I don't have the bottle to show you what they look like, but I will either insert a picture or leave them linked below for you guys to check those ones out. They are my favorite. I also take a magnesium supplement. When I went to the hospital into labor and delivery with my headaches, the doctor recommended to take, number one, he said to take 2 extra strength Tylenol, which is 1,000 milligrams. I do not like to take Tylenol. I don't like to take any type of medication like that. I'm just really weird about that stuff. And because I was having headaches so frequently, I didn't want to be popping extra strength Tylenol all day, every day. It's very bad for your liver. So the doctor recommended taking magnesium. So I take these ones. These are 250 milligrams. They're by Nature Made. This is what the bottle looks like, if you can see. And basically, I take one of these every night, and it's a preventative thing for headaches. It also helps with body cramps. It helps with constipation. I completely forgot to mention that. I don't know how it slipped my mind. My first trimester, the constipation was awful. It's getting better now because I take the magnesium. So I forget what dosage my doctor said was okay to take up to. I believe it was around 300 to 500 milligrams. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. Ask your OB. But I take the 250 milligrams because, again, it does help with constipation. If you take too much, you're going to be in the bathroom all day long. You don't want that. But this has definitely kept my headaches away, so I really recommend this. Another thing that helps with the headaches, nausea, all that is drinking your water. I aim to drink a gallon of water a day, which is a lot of water. But again, if you're pregnant, go get yourself a cup of water. Drink it. So I actually have a big 32 ounce. Is it 32 ounce or is it 64 ounce? I believe it's, no, yeah, it's 34. Pregnancy brain. And now I gotta sneeze. Anyways, the water bottle is 32 ounces. I got it at Target. I think it was like $20. It's stainless steel. I fill it up with a little bit of ice, fill it up with water, add some lemon, a couple lemon slices into it if I'm feeling that. And I drink about 4 of those a day to equal a gallon, which is 128 ounces. One of the other tricks I found is to get a regular LaCroix Pure, just the plain sparkling water LaCroix, and put half a lemon in it. For some reason I find it delicious, and it helps with my water intake for the day. So make sure you're doing that. Let's talk about a couple of the pregnancy differences. I've mentioned some of them, but I wanted to mention this one as well. I am growing faster than I did before. Everything is happening faster from what I've been told. It's because my body remembers what it's supposed to do, as opposed to my first pregnancy where my body was kind of figuring it out. What am I supposed to do? My body knows what to do now. So everything is happening a lot faster. So I did want to mention that. That's about it for the pregnancy differences, because I did touch on other ones before. Some of the cravings that I'm having this pregnancy is pickles, which I've always hated pickles, especially in my first pregnancy. I could not stand to look at them or smell them. I hated them. I love them. Takis is a big craving this pregnancy, which was a big craving in my last pregnancy. This pregnancy I'm craving fruit, lemons, fast food, junk food, and a lot of sweets, which I've heard the old wives' tales that if you're craving sweets, you're having a girl, which is the complete opposite for me. He is definitely a boy. So those are some of the cravings I've been having. I feel like this video has kind of been all over the place. I'm sorry about that if it seems like it's been all over the place. But that's about it that I have for my updates, things that help me, my symptoms, all of that kind of stuff. Now I'm going to show you guys a bump shot. So this is the bump. Can you see it? I'm definitely not... I'll show you this side too. Try to get in frame. Alright, so I'm definitely not extremely huge. I'm not extremely small. I would say I have a very average sized bump, but I'm loving it. I'm loving the pregnant belly and all of that kind of stuff. I really am loving it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, stick around for a little bit. As always, any negativity will be deleted and you will be blocked. And that's it. Have a great day, guys. See ya.